I did want to discuss the Boston Celtics, right? And this sort of stemmed from them playing the Golden State Warriors the other day, which again,
Oh, Jesus.
that's a modern dynasty, right?
Oh.
The score of that game was 140 to 88.
Hey, Shitty, you got to do all that, dog.
I was just doing the math in my head that came out. I'm usually muted. I'm sorry.
And of course, the Warriors not as good as they were in previous years. They've been playing good basketball lately. Like let's be real, they're playing good basketball lately. You know, Kuminga's playing well, Wiggins is back. You know, so on and so forth. But Boston been kicking ass and taking names pretty much all year. They have a sizable gap between 1 and 2 as far as like the home court advantage out east. And I just wanted to ask y'all. I mean, is Boston like for real right now? I mean, Jason Taylor's playing amazing. Jaylen Brown's playing amazing. Derek White is there. KP is there. Drew Holiday is there. Like they have a nice, well-constructed team. And I'm wondering, is this finally the year that they get over the hump of like running into somebody in the finals or run to like Jimmy Butler before you get to the finals? And I think Sheedy's scratching his face right now. But I mean, I gotta admit that game was good, man. Like they from like 1 to about 9 or 10, which is all you need in the playoffs. This is a good team, man. So I just want to know what are y'all thoughts on Boston? Is this the year for Boston?
Boston made, to me, quite possibly some of the best deals for their team to get where they needed to get this upcoming year. With getting Drew Holiday, with getting KP. Am I taking them serious? I would think you would have to. You should have already been taking them serious. Let's be honest here. This team, regardless of what's happened this year, if we look at the history that they stand on, whatever you want to say, in these past 5-6 years, they have always been the measuring stick to get out of the East and make it to the finals. That's been them. And so to not have them as being taken serious is crazy. The question is going to be, if they make it out of the East, A, who are they playing in the West? And B, how did they get there? Now, let me say this real quick about Boston. It's crazy that the highest paid man in the NBA, not in Boston only, but in the NBA, is still the second fiddle on his team. And sometimes not the second fiddle. Sometimes the third or fourth, if we're being completely honest about how this team has went this year. Drew Holiday, the surgeons, and how Derek White is doing. KP. I believe the only thing that will hurt the Celtics in the playoffs is injuries.
I came into the season saying, once Drew Holiday became a part of the team, that from top to bottom, this is the best roster in the NBA. And we just needed to see how they would gel, how they perform. And I love what I'm seeing. I didn't like the ass whooping that they gave my Warriors, but, it was something that needs to be done, especially since they beat them in the finals a couple of years ago. Kudos to Brad Stevens for, just acknowledging the talent that he had and figuring out where there can be upgrades. So now you go into this playoffs upgrading Marcus Smart into Drew Holiday, which I believe you two would agree. It's an upgrade. You go from not having anybody that you can throw the ball down to in the paint to now you getting Porzingis averaging 20 and 10 doing his thing. So while that chemistry within that core is still there and that style of play, that grittiness on defense is still there, they're more polished on offense to the point where if they don't make it to the NBA finals, it's literally going to be their fault. Like, they have the talent, they have the roster. Joe Mazzulla's doing an excellent job, and I think the chemistry, even that part, plays a factor into it. So I think, like I said, from top to bottom, they're the best roster in the NBA, and they're performing like it. We just got to see them in the playoffs do it yet again, because the core, they've been to the finals before. They still got that taste in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? I think in the playoffs, we've had to question whether Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown was the best player, on the team. I think in the playoffs, for sure, Jason Tatum would show like, this is still my team.
that ass whooping I saw against Golden State. My God, I'm sorry. Two, did you watch that game at all? You see that game at all?
You was DJing.
I was DJing. I actually was DJing. But I did look on ESPN. I'm like, hold on, what?
Yeah,
is this 2K and they playing on Ricky or something, bro?
Man, they posted like they posted like a video, I think today, of those just them perpetually getting buckets against the Warriors, man. I gotta find that joint and repost it, but they just post it was like a constant them just getting buckets nonstop. It like recycled the video over and over and over again. So it's very good social media marketing.